Yeah, I suppose that's Test cricket, isn't it? A year ago I sat here after my first Test, bowled probably exactly the same, and had 7 wickets by my name. I probably bowled maybe a bit worse a year ago, to be quite honest. But I suppose that's the great thing about this game. It humbles you very quickly. Yeah, the wind was challenging, but you know what we said from even yesterday morning and this morning that yeah, the wind's there, but there's no use moaning about it. You just got to get on with it. And I think yeah, we actually worked quite well into the wind. The bowlers definitely put up their hands and bowled in some pretty tough conditions. Yeah, I think it was a bit disappointing. It always is losing time in a game, especially one of this sort of nature, the series decider and that. Yeah, what they're going to do, I'm not entirely sure. It certainly maybe slowed the game down a bit, if you can say that. A draw's still, well, could be more on the cards now, but I suppose that we're only going to see what happens now after both teams have batted, and we're still going to stay positive. There's a series up for grabs, and I still think there's plenty enough time in the game to get a result still. We got to bat well. We got to bat as well as they have. They have batted, all due respect and credit. They've batted incredibly well. Yeah, we need to push the game forward, keep positive. I think as soon as we start thinking of a draw, any negative thoughts coming in, I think that's where you come unstuck. So knowing this team, it's only been positive thoughts, and we're going to move forward from there. Losing a guy like Dale for an innings, I mean, he's world-leading bowler. He's obviously going to make a sort of dent in your plans and that. But I suppose it was like the wind. Graham said to us, "This is the card we've been dealt. There's nothing we can do about it." He's obviously going to call a lot more on his bowlers now, and I think each and every one of us stepped up to the plate and certainly gave 100% when Dale wasn't there.
It's obviously very satisfying. There's no doubt about it to contribute in this series. Make some runs, like you say. I was overdue, so that's nice. But you know, any time you make 100 for Australia, it's, you know, I've never had a bad one. I've enjoyed every single one of them. So, you know, that was no different. It was obviously, you know, some tough stages there yesterday. I thought Morne Morkel bowled a couple of pretty quick spells and had a set plan to go around the wicket and try and attack the emblem on my helmet. And yeah, the wicket was a little bit inconsistent, so it wasn't easy to consistently duck or consistently stand up and hook and pull. So that was you know, quite difficult at the time, but it was nice to get through. And most importantly, I think we've had 1.5 days of Test cricket and we're 494 runs we've got on the board, so I'm extremely pleased with the position we're in. Well, I hope so. Probably a better question asked at the end of this game, because if we don't get the result we're after, then it'll sit alongside the other 150. So, like I say, I will never ever take for granted making 100 for Australia. Like I say, I've never scored an easy 100. It's always been tough, and especially against a very good attack. So, you know, I think all the boys that have walked out there and performed well in such an important Test match for this team deserve a lot of credit. I thought Davey Warner was outstanding yesterday. Steve Smith yesterday and today showed his class, played with great fluency and struck the ball really well throughout his whole innings. Watto's intent, you know, even Chris and Alex did a fantastic job for us yesterday. So I think the whole team deserves a lot of credit for our attitude and our hunger that we've shown so far in this game. But we've got 3 extremely tough days ahead of us in regards to giving ourselves every chance to try and win this Test match. Well, anytime the #1 bowler in the world can't walk out and bowl, I think any opposition will miss that. There's no doubt about it.
Did it make it easy?
Well, they're short of bowlers, so I'll say, of course, it made it easier for us. He's a class bowler. You've seen how well he executed in Port Elizabeth, and yeah, it's certainly a big hole. But you don't wish injury on any player. I think, especially if you've played a lot of Test cricket, you go through injury yourself, and you know that yeah, it's not a nice thing. So hopefully it's not too bad. I don't know the result of even why he walked off the field. I'm not sure of what happened there, but hopefully he's okay.